Hey, lone stranger. Trail work day, finally. The Cohos Trail. That's a new sign, I think. Not sure if that was there last year. Maybe. I didn't get out here as much as I would like to last year. Look at that. We got arrows and circles. It's pretty easy to tell where it is. Don't know what we're gonna find out here. Thinking probably mud. Maybe some snow. I don't know. Probably up on Mud Pond Ridge, I think. But I can't wait any longer. I gotta go. I've only got a couple of weeks before my trip starts. So it's my last chance to get up here. And I know there's gonna be trees to cut. Fix, click. But it's springtime in the mountains. It was snowing here yesterday, they said. It'll probably freeze tonight where we're camping, but just barely. I got a lot of insulation. I'm not scared of this trail. It's almost invisible. Needs some footsteps. Moss is growing on everything. Well, maybe I'll show you some lumberjacking. Maybe we'll just have some pretty views. I don't know. But I figured I'd bring you along. You guys haven't been out in ages. I feel terrible. Trust me. On top of Tumble Deck. The trees, they have not leafed out. It's a lot of sun in here right now. Surprisingly warm for a cold day. Only one blowdown so far. These things are starting to come in. I won't be here when they need to be cut in a couple of weeks, so you folks, as you're walking through, you feel free to kick them out. As you go. I'm not asking you to kick everyone out. I'm just saying, if you happen to kick one out when you're walking down the trail, thank you. The same goes for stick flicking. I'm only going to be out here this time, and then I won't be back again until maybe August, maybe September. So you people are going to have to come out here and walk. The more you hike, the better this path will look. There was a pretty good footpath out here last year. You guys did a great job. We just got to keep it up. More and more hikers. Eventually this forest will regrow. It won't be so bad, but that lumberjacking opens up the forest and everything grows. But once the plants start growing, they create shade for other plants, and then the moisture sticks around and everything starts growing. Next thing you know, you got raspberries and hobble. Nobody wants raspberries and hobble. Well, I could eat a few raspberries, but I don't want them growing on my trail. I used to love raspberries. Now I still like to eat them. I don't see Scooter the bear anywhere. I always look. I think somebody ate him. Well, I'll show you a tree if I get another one. I cut that tree, I think 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Same spot. I imagine after I clear this, each year I'll come back and one of these will be laying here. It's fun. You just gotta have a sense of humor about it. I'm gonna get my saw out. It's just that easy. Always one of the highlights of a work trip. Allison Falls. There's a new tree here on my stepping stone. It's not stable. Yeah, it's beautiful, but I can't stay here. Got more trail to work. Yeah, it hasn't been too bad so far. Don't know what we'll find up here, but mostly it's been stick flicking. Small branches I can drag off the trail. Only had to break out the saw a couple of times so far. Yeah, it's funny, it's hot in the sun. It's not hot at all, but that sun, it's warm right now. No leaves on the trees. All right, I got some dragging to do. I'll show you the next watering hole, unless we see something pretty between here and there. I said I'd show you. There it is. I forget what this is called. Sugar Hill Brook, maybe? Usually I'll fill up with water to bring up with me. I think the water may be okay up there at this time of year. Had pretty good luck in the spring before. Later in the year, it gets really low and scroungy looking. I'd just as soon carry it rather than deal with that mess up there. Well, the annual tradition of picking up the post has been completed. I think just about every year when I come here, that post is laying down. This sign came down too. All right, I better do that now because I won't remember to do it in the morning. And there we go. Just that easy. This isn't even my trail. I don't have to do this. It's all volunteer work. They don't pay me for any of it. But I always figure if I can do some good on this section while I'm walking it. I can't camp here. You gotta camp up at the shelter. It's either the shelter or Coleman. I don't think you can legally camp at Coleman right now, so shelter it is. But yeah, hopefully we don't find a bunch of blowdowns, because last year, seem to recall there was a giant log up there. But I couldn't ignore it because I couldn't find the trail. And I know where the trail is, so I figure you poor hikers, you'd never have found the trail again. There was a big tree that is totally covering it. It was going down the length of the trail, so it totally obscured where the trail went. Yeah, it's just barely spring. You see, these trees are getting ready to leaf out. The ones higher up, they're not ready to leaf yet. Sorry, I forgot all about you people. I've been very, very busy. I climbed up the mountain, and then I climbed down this side of the mountain, and then I got some water, and I made some soup. I set up my house. Dinner's almost ready. And then I realized, well, I haven't talked to you people in hours. I'm not sleeping in here. I got my house out back, but it's always easier to lay out the food here and cook over here. I don't cook in the shelter, but you keep everything organized over here. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get a sunset or not. I know there's a lot of smoke in the air from Canada, but I don't know if it's still here after this weather came through. Waiting to see. The sunset itself is behind the trees. This time of year you don't see it. But yeah, it's a lovely night in the forest. The wind has mostly died down. I've got my house over there. Outhouse to the rear. Yeah. I don't know about that tree. I sleep here sometimes. When the whole family comes here, we might be in range of that tree. Oh well, I'll worry about it. I don't have too many worries tonight. Didn't run into any more trouble really on my trail except for a strange cluster of trees that I've got to remove. Maybe 3 or 4. And I guess if I was really ambitious, there's a really good sized step over, but I'm not sure that's worth cutting. It's huge. But there's a few on this Sanguinary Summit Trail that I think I may cut because they're annoying and in the way. So we'll do some work. I don't know who's got this section these days, but I'm sure they won't mind if I cut some of their trees. I hope they don't mind if I cut some of their trees. I apologize. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna have some dinner. I don't know. We'll see if there's a beautiful sunset. Maybe I'll find a way to show it to you. This camera isn't very good for that, but I do have a better camera with me. So, otherwise, if I don't see you, I'll see you. Good morning. What a beautiful morning it is. There wasn't much of a sunset last night. There wasn't much of a sunrise this morning. It's too clear, I think. I guess all that Canadian smoke blew away. I think we got everything. Let's go find some trees to cut. I was ready to spend 2 days out here, but I'm going home today. I think I've got enough time to cut what it needs to cut, and still have time to ride home before it gets dark. These are the nice bog boards they replaced last year. And I see the moose haven't broke them yet. They put in some thicker ones. I think it was the moose that broke the old one, I don't know. But it's pretty dry out here for this time of year. Normally this is really boggy through here, this time of year especially. But it's a beautiful morning in the forest. You have to go up a little bit before you can go down, but it is always beautiful in the morning sunlight. There's a lot of moss, these little stunted pines, but unfortunately, I'm not warmed up. So, I'm gonna start huffing and puffing here. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. It's just a little tiny one, but it's green. I can't break it, and it's really annoying where it's at. So I said, that's it. We're gonna cut it. Oh, that's much better. Definitely much better. 2 minutes work. And maybe an extra minute or two to take the pack off and on, but I just know every person who walked through there was going to have to deal with that. So that's my criteria for what I'm going to cut on this trail. It's not my section, but if it looks like it's annoying, I'm leaving the step overs. But that one was going to be annoying. I'm flicking some of the sticks. I take better care of my trail than this one, but they don't pay me. No. It's all good. Yeah, well, that one's gonna stay. And this I've got to do something about though. Because that looks like somebody brushed it out so you don't go that way. I've got to make it look like a trail. Alright. Well, it's not beautiful, but it's definitely noticeable as a trail as opposed to a brush out. That was easier than I thought. I took out the saw. I thought I was going to have to cut wood, and it was all totally rotten, very light. I was able to crack it and haul it out. Yeah, the forest needs to be raked, but otherwise, I think we're almost ready for the season here. Moose prints in the mud. Not sure, I might have heard a moose when I was coming over the top yesterday. It's hard to hear when you're walking. But it sounded like something was kind of snorting at me. Yeah, it's beautiful and mossy. And we're almost to the top of the ridge. It's kind of neat this time of year. The leaves aren't on the trees. You can see a lot more. They're budding out though. After this cold snap, I think they'll be ready. I think it's gonna warm up and they are gonna shoot. Someday I'll go up there and see what the view looks like on that top of the ridge, but I've been through here, I don't know, 20 times, 30 times. I never go up there. I'm sure it's beautiful. This is good enough for me. Yeah, let's get us some more Cohos. This trail work is fun, but I'm thinking I might be ready to do some hiking. Not sure this camera will be able to pick up the colors, but you can see very down low the trees are definitely leafing out, and as you work your way up the hill they're farther and farther behind. You get up about 2/3 of the way up, they're not leafing at all. They're probably barely even budding. The birds are singing though. They'll be better in a month, but right now they're pretty happy. June, they just go crazy. Well, I just thought I'd show you Sugar Hill. I'm enjoying my walk. I haven't had to break out the saw for quite some time. I think that has to go. There was a chainsaw crew out here a couple of years ago. They cleared most of the snag that was here, but they left some of it hanging up and it fell down now. So this part was hanging up on these trees, and I guess they figured, well, that's okay. I don't know. I think I can get them with my saw. It'd be easier with a chainsaw, that's for sure. All right, let's see what I can do. Well, we cut a few logs and threw them in the mud at the mud hole. I think that's going to be nicer. Everything's so dry right now, it was kind of hard to actually get the logs to squeeze into the mud. But I'm sure once it rains and somebody steps on them, they will work. Slowly but surely I've got that mud hole going. It's much better than it used to be. So. But yeah, I think we'll wrap this up here. I don't want to forget about you people. Start heading home on the scoop. But yeah, very successful trip. There weren't nearly as many blowdowns as I was expecting. So everything's taken care of as far as trees for the moment. I think I better watch out, I'll get lost here. This is not an easy trail to follow if you're not paying attention. Alright, where were we? But yeah, the trees are down. The raspberries are going to start growing in here. there's nothing I can do about that because I will not be here to cut them. So I wish you luck if you're coming through. It's really dry, so keep an eye on the water supplies. If we don't get some steady rains, some of them are probably gonna become questionable much earlier in the year. So we'll have to hope for the best there. I don't know. I'm scheduled to be coming through here in mid-July. So hoping there's still water. I have to go home if there's no water. I did that one year. Alright, well, it's been fun cutting trees with you. It's a lovely night on the mountain. But now I gotta go home. Soon though, soon. Looking forward to that big trip. I don't know, come along if you're interested. I'm interested.